first XFL 2020 game was probably one that fans really enjoyed. I know our players enjoyed it, even though we came out on the short end. We can understand, I think, not looking at the video, just understand how a few errors can really affect a game, and we have to overcome those. Hi, Jake.
Were there any nerves for you coming back to DC this time since coaching the Red
Oh,
Sox? What were your emotions?
yeah, my emotions were, no emotions about coming back to DC, although nice job by the XFL making that happen. But really enjoyed it here. It's very familiar. It's very, actually, I enjoyed it because of the familiarity of being here. And but my focus was solely on what we were trying to accomplish, and with it being our first time to travel, it's the first game, and the players not knowing how I would respond or react. What kind of meetings are we going to have, and what kind of attitude are we going to have? So those kinds of things, I just tried to concentrate on us and not worry about the environment here in D.C.
What did you think of the environment? What did you think of the whole thing?
Excellent. I thought the fans enjoyed a tremendous game. It went back and forth. They rooted for their club. I don't know how it turned out on television and things of that nature, but there certainly was a lot of running around with people wanting to make sure they could get as much as they could from a media standpoint, but not being necessarily in our way. I thought that was good, and I think when you put people on the sideline, what the XFL has done is the people on the sideline have a football knowledge, so they understand when they can come in, and when they have to sit back. For me, it was just about paying attention to what we were doing on the field, so I was able to do that.
Coming from an NFL environment, is that an easy adjustment with having the media on the sideline with you and having answering questions at different times than you normally would?
I think that it's likely a little bit more because people are closer, and in the NFL, I would say people are a little more away and not. I use the word interfering loosely, but not interfering with the play selection. But I never felt that today, that somebody was trying to interfere with what I was trying to do. And I believe that it's because the XFL picked some excellent people to be there and understand what actually is happening at that time.
Jim, this was the first time a lot of the rule changes and differences were executed in a live game setting. How did you feel those were executed?
Yeah, I didn't feel like I had any. It's the only difference for, I think, Coach calling the plays is deciding to go for 1, 2, or 3. And I felt like we talked a lot on headsets between coaches about setting up. When you're down 12, it's either 2 touchdowns or it's a touchdown and possibly going for 3, and then you're down by a field goal. So that was surprising to me, was that rule change, being able to go to 1, 2, or 3 with your extra point try was there's a lot of strategy in that, especially towards the end of the game in the last quarter, the last 6 minutes, because you could possibly go for 3 and make it a one-score game, or a one-score and a field goal game. So that surprised me.
You think that that's going to be something where yourself and other coaches in the league will need a couple weeks to adjust to remembering that and strategizing and thinking of the math about it?
Well, all the other coaches, I think all the other coaches are much smarter than I am. So I don't know. They might just go right to it. But that was something that it didn't catch me off. It's just that we talked about it. It was a real discussion, and certainly a strategy in the game. Because if you feel like you're really moving the ball and can score 6, then you don't kick a field goal. but you got to score from the 10. So you got to really have confidence in what your plan is from the 10-yard line, and or then the 5-yard line. And so that's why you probably saw more 1-point tries than deepening those tries up. They do become, less likely, if you will, especially from the 10. So I don't know. That's something that I'll be paying close attention to and have more of a plan as we go along. It didn't affect our plan because we ended up fumbling when we were down there. But that was the issue: is if we scored quick, were we going to go for 3? So I couldn't give. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was. So.
When you were talking on the headset, did it ever cross you? Did you ever factor in that it's going to be broadcast on national television?
No, and I'm interested to hear what all that's all about, because next week, who knows? I may just go wristbands, play 1, play 2, flip it over, things like that. I'm kidding, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it turned out on national television. I don't know. I was told it was going to happen. So, did you hear it?
Yeah. I mean, you could hear there were just plays being called.
You didn't hear me whine or anything, did you? That's good.
Anything you learned about your team today that maybe you didn't know coming on this?
Well, I thought our team fought with courage, and I thought that we really did a nice job adjusting to an offensive lineman getting a owie. And so he had to come out. Another guy came right in. One of our tight ends got a sore, and so he had to come out. And it was just the guys just being able to back each other up that I was impressed with. And I was impressed with how our receivers really had to do. This is a receiver game, and when you're going to move down the field, you got to have these receivers that can kind of work all day. And we have some very tough-minded receivers and physically tough receivers. They did a great job. There's a lot of responsibility. I guess that surprised me too, is the responsibility that each group has. And then I thought our defense did a great job of being quick off the ball and forcing their quarterback to get out of the pocket. Now, he just did a tremendous job of being able to get out and really make something happen, because it certainly wasn't the design of the play that he was making. He was creating something out of the pocket, and that was really the reason was our D-line really put some good pressure on their pocket, if you will.
Coach, beyond kind of, you said, the more presence of media on the field and more quote-unquote interference, like you said, what felt the most different compared to the NFL?
I think probably what felt different was not having as many assistants or handlers or people doing extra stuff. You really we're working with bare minimums, if you will, and so everybody really has to carry a full load, right? And I can't say it's too much; it's because it's what we have to carry, but that's probably something that we've been working towards from day one. You got this group, and I couldn't be more happier with the group of coaches that I have. They really have taken accountability, responsibility, and been accountable to a bigger package that they have to attend to.
Coach, I'm
Yes.
about Santos Ramirez. What qualities does he bring that makes him somebody you want on your team?
Well, Santos just does. When he comes to practice, when he comes to play, it's the exact same. I haven't seen a change. I haven't had to say anything about picking it up or anything like that. So he just kind of turns the switch on, and here we go. I think he's super valuable in the mix on our defense, and he's very important in our special teams as well. So he has to play a lot, and he has to play well, and he does. And it's nice to not have to be concerned about a young man like that. And there's several guys like that who have leadership skills, and their leadership is shown by the effort they give. And, I certainly appreciate it, and I know his teammates do as well about his play. We had minimal film. They had minimal film on us. We had minimal film on them, and that was a difficult task because when we did play them, we played one front, one coverage. They played one front, one coverage, and so it was really fun to see how a team actually has been practicing, and they could see how we've been practicing now on some of the stuff we did, and it made it difficult to game plan for. We just had to go out and run our stuff.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thanks very much.
We're going to bring Brandon Silvers and Austin Perlman.
Where'd you get that blood on your? Or that's just red paint.